John, we got to do Teach Me Grappling.
Go. I'm ready.
Really?
Go.
But what about my sunburn? I went out on a boat and I got sunburned, John. Can we do Teach Me Grappling with a sunburn?
Right there.
You ready? Yeah. All right. Teach Me Grappling. What's up, guys? Brian Peterson here. I've got one of my wrestlers here. Alex Munoz, stud wrestler, only a freshman, but he's going on like 25 years old already. So UFC 249 was last weekend. Amazing night of fights. Incredible fights. I know you guys probably are thinking more about the main events, but there was an awesome grappling battle between Bryce Mitchell and Charles Rosa in the prelims, I believe. Anyway, I'm sure you guys that saw it are probably really like impressed, and you might want me to break down some stuff. I saw it and immediately I had some ideas on something I wanted to show. It's really, really important. The highlight of that fight was the arm triangle and the twister. Tonight I'm going to go over the twister. If you guys want me to go over the arm triangle on another time, just let me know in the comment section. We're going to go over the twister. I'm going to talk about what Mitchell should have done. So I guess this should be filed under that whole what Bryce Mitchell should have done, like I do on a lot of my videos. And everybody hates me because they always criticize me, like, how am I talking about these UFC guys? Guys, I've been doing this shit for a long time. I didn't use a bad word. That was a different word, okay? That was sheet. This kid's underaged. Guys, check it out. I'm here to help you learn and get better. Let me teach you about the twister. Check it out. So, when this guy, can you get me in a twister, wrestler? Hey, he's a wrestler. Hey, let's go wrestler style. Yeah. So in wrestling, it looks like this. He has a vine, and he's pulling the arm, and then he'll duck it, and he'll get me. And in wrestling, by the way, got to give some credit and pay some homage to wrestling. This wrestling move is actually called the guillotine or guillotine, for you guys that hate me saying guillotine. French, guillotine. This is the guillotine in wrestling. We call it a twister. Even in my wrestling practice, we call it a twister because I don't want to confuse anyone. I like having one name. So twister. Guillotine or guillotine is a choke front headlock position in Jiu-jitsu, so that I have one term. I don't use that word. There you go, wrestlers, I said it. So when he's doing the guillotine or the twister, he has a vine in wrestling. He has a base leg with his left foot. So this, if I start like rocking around, like I'm stuck when he has a base leg. In the sport of wrestling, if he were to cross his legs in wrestling, I'm not saying you can't do it. Some wrestlers do it, but the problem is you lose that base leg, and sometimes in a wrestling match, this leg will whip and we'll end up over here. So just to show it, in a wrestling match, I'm no longer on my back. He's not necessarily lost position in a wrestling match, but it's getting worse, right? You would not want to be here because now it's possible I could hold here, and if I do get my leg out, I have a nice pin. So he gets that leg, and he uses a base leg with his left leg in the basic wrestling form. He uses a base leg. But we all understand, this does not work in jiu-jitsu. Wrestlers, if you're a wrestler out there and you're getting into submissions, you can't do it like this. It does not work. It's very easy for me. I'm not worried about being pinned like a wrestling match. All I have to do is relax. He could be pulling on it too, and I just straighten my leg. When I straighten my leg and I twist, I'm escaping. He will come on top, for sure. But now look at my position, it's not so bad. I'm in a much better position. I'll hip escape, get my knee in, and we're good to go. So we talked about why we don't use the wrestler style when we're doing submissions. Okay, the sport wrestling style. We can't just use a vine, it's not good enough. Okay, next step, lockdown. Go ahead, use the lockdown. So he goes here, and when he uses the lockdown, he's gonna try to straighten that out as much as he can. It's very intense on my body because I'm 42 years old and my back isn't feeling so great right now. he's actually got some pretty good tension on me. I don't like how it feels. If you were to pull my head right now, it's gonna tap me, like right there. You know, I might tap, but look, there's a problem. And this is where Bryce went wrong, okay? He's gotta work on this. There was times, if you guys watch it, where the triangle, he kind of had a triangle with a lockdown. Good, can you bring that foot? Yeah, like that. And so the space right here, it's not a giant hole, but he was straightening his legs. He started squeezing and straightening. Go ahead and do that. See that? And what that causes is it causes a little hole right here. The more that right leg straightens, right leg, yeah, you see that? The hole gets bigger. And then guess what? This foot goes inside the hole. And that was one of the problems that happened on 2 of his twisters, I believe. The other one, I think there was 3. The other one, the time just ran out. So that the bell saved him, saved Rosa. But twice this happened, and then the leg comes out. He can't hold it. Can you go get it again? Yeah. If you're here, straighten and squeeze it really, really strong. He's got it tight. Ooh. Go ahead and go pull my head. See that? And I'm out. Now I've got an underhook. I start escaping. Okay? Or if you're Rosa, you put your arm up here and then you give him an arm triangle. I'm just kidding. That's a joke. That's a Charles Rosa joke. I'm sorry, Charles, but I gotta use that joke. You got too many arm triangles, bro. So anyway, he's here and he takes me. So what do we do, guys? What do we do? It's pretty simple. When you're doing a twister, you always triangle. You do not lock down. You triangle. Pull the foot all the way to the mat. Yeah, triangle behind your knee. And then pull your foot down. Yes. He bites down and he pulls it in. So it's controlling the hip. My right leg cannot move that way. But there is no hole for my foot to get inside. See, so there's no escape. And then when he gets the pull going, and he's gonna get some great pressure on it, you don't wanna straighten. Do you notice it? Do you feel the difference? Yeah. Go ahead and grab my head. Feel how that is? Feel how tight you are? Now straighten and squeeze that. See that? And it escapes almost immediately. So you guys cannot go for the twister and hit the lockdown with your legs. Now, the lockdown, let's say I was to pull him over and I'm in the triangle position. If I was doing a banana split, guys, like this, I can lock down. Because if I lock down here, there's a little hole, but how does he stick that foot in the hole if I'm doing a banana split? Okay? You see that, John? You can't, there's no way for you to get in there, huh? So this is all good. But if I switch to a twister, I've now released that foot. He's gonna put his foot in the hole. He escapes and it's all over. Okay? So just turn away and lift your hip. Yeah. So when you guys are here, you have to remember, if you're doing a banana split, you could be in the triangle position or you could be in the lockdown position. But if you ever switch, if you're deciding the banana split's not working and maybe he's grabbing my hands or something, like boom, I go here, I triangle. Now when you're trying to stab that foot in there, it's not there. The last thing I want to go over, guys, is the Swedish twister, which was freaking awesome by Bryce. Check this out. So for those of you guys that don't know it, I believe that's the name that a lot of the 10th Planet guys like to call it. For a long time in my room, we called it the super twister. You take this arm, and once I duck it, we end up in this battle of, I'm trying to get my hand behind his head. It becomes tough to get. Sometimes what I do is I rock him and pull him over here to get here. And then once I get the twister, I might pull him back or even finish him right here. But even that becomes a fight, because once you get your hand behind the head, you still have this fight on your hand, which is not always easy. It depends on your body types and it depends on how good you are at the twister, how good he is at defense. You know, I can try to get past that hand, but if he's good at fighting, it could be tough. So we have the Swedish twister, which is more intense. And watch what I do. I take the arm, I duck it, and I re-grab. Okay? Once I re-grab with my right hand, then I swim my left hand through like I'm putting on a t-shirt. I swim my arm through, and then now I've got to bring his wrist down my body. Okay? So I want to get my body up and lay on his arm, and then I'll re-grab his wrist. Okay? Now, be careful while you do this. You see how I loosened up? Look, there's a hole, and could you exploit that hole? Yeah, you could, huh? So I have to be careful when I do these things. Like when I adjusted, I opened that gap. It's really important that you don't open the gap. And you saw Bryce right here throwing some nice elbows, I believe. I think he had the twister on the other side if my memory's good enough. But either way, you guys see that? That was pretty cool. And again, how does the Swedish twister work? Well, now, you see how hard, like try to block this arm? See how I got there? And then this one's even harder now. I have a better position to come get that head. If you block, and I go inside, and now I've got it. Okay, and then I can go upper head and get a nice pull and get this submission. So, if you guys hadn't seen that Swedish twister, when you guys are here, duck the arm. Instead of going for the head right away, re-grip, swim through, okay, slide it down, bridge over it, re-grip it, just to keep some good control, and then go get the head. And then once I get the head, now I've got a better position. I can see I'm pulling that arm, and then boom, come get it, and get that finish. That's something Bryce could have done better to try to finish that twister. Obviously, applause for Charles Rosa for defending so well. He was able to defend, but he did lose the fight, and he kind of got crushed. Either way, amazing grappling match. There was takedowns, there was that arm triangle stuff, just lots of good stuff. There was the escapes by Rosa. So guys, even though he lost the fight, think about it. You got to give him some credit. He hit some great escapes. He was able to get out of some bad danger positions. And overall, it was made for an exciting fight for all of us. So, did you watch the fight?
No.
These wrestlers, they're just like every day, all they do is wrestle, 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 wrestle. But someday we're going to get you to fight.
Yeah.
You know how to kickbox, right?
Yeah.
A little bit?
A little bit.
He's got some kickboxing since he was like 7 years old. He's holding it right now. He's working on his career, his wrestling career. All right, guys, thank you so much. Teach Me Grappling. Please click the like in the right there down below and share this video with your friends. If you guys think you learned something, please contribute to this channel, and you can do that through our links in the description box, Patreon and PayPal. You can contribute anything you want, $1, $5, $100, whatever you guys want to keep this channel going. I always try to give you guys the best of the best, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much, and we'll see you guys next time with more great stuff.